If you may marry me, and then you have to ask me, will I marry you? And you did. I did. Yes, Samuel L. Jackson has taken a step back from the limelight after some heartbreaking news about his wife. While we're used to seeing him take on dramatic roles, this time he's facing a personal struggle that's far more intense. Let's dive into what's happening behind the scenes and uncover the real story, revealing the strength and love that shape his life beyond the Hollywood glam. How Samuel and LaTanya met. Samuel L. Jackson and LaTanya Richardson have been married before. The actor became famous. Samuel was a student at Morehouse College in Atlanta, Georgia in the early 1970s, and LaTanya was a student at Spelman College. Both immediately bonded because they both loved the arts and both had goals. Consequently, their relationship was growing even tighter because both were in young adulthood. For instance, Samuel, who wanted to be an actor, and LaTanya, who liked theater, got a friend who would understand the challenges of a performer's life. The early commitment and the vision of the future were the foundation on which one of Hollywood's best marriages was built. However, due to the ambiguity of the professions, the relationship between Samuel and LaTanya did develop. They got married in 1980 and lived as husband and wife, and were together as husband and wife. Their early years of marriage were not happy, as Samuel was not famous then. He was struggling to get roles and was so determined to become an actor. LaTanya was also a source of strength and stability, being a well-established theater actress. She encouraged Samuel when victory seemed out of question because she saw something in him, something talented. They constructed a life of mutual respect, love, and the strongest belief in each other's aspirations. Towards the end of the 1980s and early 1990s, Samuel started being featured more often, but he and the two remained loyal to their principles. They both rose from nowhere to the world of Hollywood, and they did it gradually. Also, their affection grew. Samuel and LaTanya are friends, and they stand for each other in all the difficulties that they meet in their lives. As for Samuel, he said that LaTanya was a support to him during his addiction, and he stated that it was what tested their marriage. Because of the support and commitment given by LaTanya, Samuel was able to come through and do well. They are partners. When one of them fails, the other is there to hold them up. Both Samuel and LaTanya were able to deal with issues to do with fame, personal issues, and family issues. They shared love, friendship, and trust, and with these they were able to survive some of the worst experiences in their lives. The two have always been close and family inclined individuals. Their daughter Zoe has seen her parents' strength and unity. Jacksons are very family inclined. They are very much a part of the family and do not allow fame to affect them. Loyalty can also be regarded as one of the key aspects of their relationship. It is rare to see a couple that has been loyal to the industry in an industry of quick marriages and divorces, such as Samuel and LaTanya, concerning the mutual support of each other's careers. LaTanya attends Samuel's premieres, and in return, Samuel enjoys LaTanya's theater and TV performances. They have been together for 40 years, and they are perfect examples of love, commitment, and respect. Samuel L. Jackson and LaTanya Richardson's life is a perfect example of how two lovers can grow and foster their love and create a healthy, strong, and loving life. LaTanya Richardson's accomplishments and challenges. LaTanya Richardson is a very talented woman who has been in the entertainment industry and is very much capable and dedicated. LaTanya, whose full name is LaTanya Richardson, was born on the 21st of October in the year 1949 in Atlanta, Georgia, and she has always had interest in acting. She trained in theater at Spelman College, which is a black women's college whose main purpose is to empower women. LaTanya has been working in television, cinema, and theater for over 40 years now. This is where she could show how she could make characters believable as she was doing. her early TV performances. You may know her from Lone Star 1996 and Fried Green Tomatoes 1991, where she played a very interesting and intriguing character. Some of the shows that have hired the services of LaTanya include Grey's Anatomy, Blue Bloods, and Luke Cage. In Grey's Anatomy, she portrayed Diane Pierce with such grace and subtlety that even a rather dubious character was immediately recognizable. Behind the scenes, LaTanya works. She was in the Broadway play A Raisin in the Sun and was nominated for a Tony Award. This lady is known for her rough performing abilities and the ability to convey passion and feeling to the audience. LaTanya's entertainment achievements are not only in performing. She also supports arts and Hollywood diversity and inclusion. Her work behind the camera has particularly empowered future actors, especially women of colors. However, LaTanya Richardson has not been without some problems in her life, even though she has been successful. She has been married to Hollywood giant Samuel L.Jackson as one of the major features of her life. These two have been in marriage for nearly 50 years after they met in college, and this has been attributed to their determination and commitment in their marriage. Nevertheless, LaTanya and Samuel have endured the ordinary marriage and the fluctuations of political existence. It was a serious problem, the addiction that Samuel had in the 1980s. LaTanya was with him during treatment and during the course of his rehabilitation. Their marriage became better, and as it was reported, LaTanya played a crucial role in holding the family together. The following section is also a sad one, because LaTanya has also been confronted with personal issues. Even though she has not revealed her issues, she has had some issues of health in her life. However, she has never come to work with any of these issues influencing her performance and has always been very hardworking. They have to work hard at their workplace and also at home, showing how powerful they are. Zoe, who continues the story after her parents, LaTanya and Samuel, is a true daughter of the courageous and persistent people. This is the story of a woman with skills and a woman with hard work and perseverance, the story of LaTanya Richardson. Her failures show that she can cope with personal issues. Her achievements in the entertainment industry show that she can work efficiently and is enthusiastic. LaTanya is a good example of what a strong woman can do, and no matter what, one can always come through if only she will be patient and get the support that she requires. The tragic news: loss of Samuel L. Jackson's wife, LaTanya Richardson. Jackson was a big loss to the entertainment industry. LaTanya is a popular actress and producer in Hollywood. For many years, she embodies the power and refinement of Hollywood, but some of the recent news suggests that she is a woman in personal crisis, a woman who and her family are on their knees. The admirers of LaTanya and Samuel were informed of the wedding by a family friend. The friend, speaking on behalf of the Jackson family, stressed on the fact that the news was serious and asked for privacy and understanding. Very soon, the news spread, and headlines reflected the suffering and worry of the couple's fans. The audience was not slow to respond, and a few of them were rather vehement in their expressions. Both LaTanya and Samuel and their family were receiving lots of messages of support, prayers, and goodwill through social media. This support was a clear indication that the couple's entertainment and charitable endeavors have assisted many individuals. Fans and co-workers who knew him were quite shocked and saddened, and many stated how much that had affected them. The revelation has severely affected Samuel L. Jackson, an imposing figure in his movies. People close to him state that he was in severe pain and anxiety. Samuel has always been a close-mouthed man, but this development has been very difficult for him. However, the suffering which Samuel has undergone has not made him weak, but he has been very strong. The author has been fortunate to receive the support of his family, particularly his daughter Zoe and other friends at this time. One cannot discuss the great Hollywood couples and leave out Samuel and LaTanya. The couple's relatives think that this love will save them in this disaster and they will be alive. The fans have been so supportive, and this has not left out Samuel as well. His spokesman said that he is grateful for the international attention and even blessings. He said that with such support from the public, he and his family have been able to pull through this period. In addition to the emotional support, Samuel has been out of work on leave to take care of his family. He has delayed several projects and chose to take care of LaTanya. There are those who opine that in this period Samuel has been a good husband to his wife. This is as a way of showing love and respect. LaTanya and Samuel are two persons who have many friends and relatives who supported them during such a crucial period. They say the support system has helped them to accept the loss as a tragedy. Some have organized small gatherings to attend and spend some time with the family to keep the company and ease the spirit, while others have taken responsibilities of be handled in the home. The Jacksons' church community is also supportive. Since the time that LaTanya and Samuel were children, their church has been praying for them and backing them in any way that they can. Spirituality has always been involved in marriage, but it is more so at this time. The Jackson family undergoes this loss knowing very well that they are not alone in the process. Their fans and families will support them through the day-by-day life, one day at a time. Samuel L. Jackson's career in transition. Samuel L. Jackson, a man whose name has become a brand in the world of movie making, has been a giant in the world of entertainment for many years. In his over 40-year career, Jackson has given some of the most memorable performances in the cinema. However, as he moves to the next stage in his life, the great actor has a complicated situation of private and professional life. This transition has been made even sadder by recent personal issues that have happened to him, which have had a major impact on him. Over the course of the past year, Samuel L. Jackson has been going through a series of personal troubles which have affected his life. Although the specifics have been kept rather hush-hush, these incidents must have made him redefine his priorities. Jackson was always associated with hard working and commitment to the job, but the changes that have taken place have changed his attitude towards his profession. Nevertheless, Jackson continues to be a professional in his practice, and he is still involved in different projects, and at the same time he is able to attend to his personal issues. He has also discussed the theme of family, and they have said that they have been his source of support in these difficult times. Finding time for work and time for oneself is never easy, let alone for a man of Jackson's standing. Nevertheless, he has been able to make a balance between the two and pay respect to both of them. Jackson has suggested this in interviews, saying that while his career has always been important to him, family and personal life is now more important. It is not just a question of time management, but of making decisions that correspond to the state of mind and the emotional demands of the moment. The sad story that has recently emerged has most definitely played a role in shaping Jackson's perception of his acting career. Despite this, there are signs that he is now more picky in the projects that he chooses to work on as he continues to serve his purpose in the company. Considering the difficulties that he is experiencing, Jackson seems to be focusing more on the positions that are closer to him, or maybe he is using his feelings and events that happen to him in his performances. Perhaps one of the great choices that Jackson has made is to reduce the number of films that require him to do the strenuous stunts that made him famous. In his older age, the stress of recent events emotionally must be taking its toll on Jackson, and he will be reflecting on what kind of characters he would like to act in the future. This transition may well find him looking for parts that are not as action-orientated and more about character feeling and self-analysis. Also, Jackson has mentioned that he wants to spend more time with his family, which means that he may not be taking up as many projects in the next few years. Although he has not come out in the open to say that he wants to retire or take a break from the industry, then it is evident that he is pondering on how he wants to manage his career in the future. Because of the rumors that Jackson might be getting ready to retire from acting, fans and critics are trying to anticipate what this could mean. As for what might happen or what could be in the works, there are a number of possibilities as Jackson moves through this transition. Another option is that Jackson may decide to continue working behind the scenes as a producer and director positions that would enable him to be a part of the entertainment business, but not necessarily act in films. He has already worked in these areas, and this transition could be a good chance to delve deeper into them. This shift would also enable Jackson to have a flexible working schedule since he would be able to attend to personal business. Another possible shift could be Jackson doing more voice acting jobs, a field he has been very effective in. Voice acting would enable him to stay relevant in the industry without having to go through the rigorous tasks that come with acting on camera. This could be a very natural and rewarding path for him to take since he has a very unique voice and can belt out songs with the best of them. Also, Jackson may decide to invest in those projects which are dear to him. For instance, those that focus on social causes that he cares about, or those that offer him a chance to work with friends and colleagues who have been with him all through his career. This focus on meaningful work could lead to some of the most profound performances of his career as he gets to pour his life into his work. It is still unknown what Samuel L. Jackson's future looks like, but one thing is for sure, he is in the transitional phase of his career. Thus, Jackson's decisions in the coming years, while struggling with personal problems and his work, will define the next stage of a brilliant career in Hollywood. No matter which direction he decides to go, however, it is clear that Jackson will remain a significant force in the business as he adjusts to the conditions of his life, the public's reaction, and support. The world looked on in sympathy as the fans of the world came out in support of their favorite celebrity. Social media turned into a stream of sweet words, and hashtags were trending in honor of the star's courage. From heartfelt messages in the micro-blogging site Twitter to Instagram posts with "Get well soon" messages, the public was generous with their affection. People posted artworks, videos, and memories on the fan pages. The unity was created beyond the geographical borders. The internet emerged as a place of comfort, and fans were not only mourning, but also consoling their idol to remain strong in this digital age. One of the fans stated, "You have given us so much happiness, now it's time for us to give you some." Another one said, "We are with you all the time." Such messages showed that the fans were not only fans of the star, but rather friends, and the bond was no longer only between a star and the fans, but rather it became very personal. The response was the same in the entertainment industry as well, which is not surprising given their nature of work. People such as colleagues, co-stars, and filmmakers also came out to give their opinions or show their support. Some of the things that fellow actors said about him brought out the aspect of togetherness that is characteristic of Hollywood, where people work as if they share blood. Other actors who have worked with the star gave their experiences of how kind and professional the star was, which created love and respect that the star had gained over the years. The directors and producers also chimed in to encourage her. Some of them even arranging small intimate meetings to support her in ways that were more intimate. The response from Hollywood was a strong signal that even in a world where people are competing with each other, they are ready to support each other during difficult times. Samuel and LaTanya have been married for decades, and they have been through the highs and lows of both Hollywood and life. As they look into the future, the two continue to focus on each other. They have suggested that they might pull out from the limelight, prefer to be out of the limelight, and be together more often. They appreciate the fact that after years of hard working and focusing on their careers, it is time to work on relationships, health, and families. Although both have not indicated any specific plans of retirement, they are planning to reduce their working engagements. They know that after a successful career, it is possible to turn into an armchair and watch the world go by, whether it's going on vacation, volunteering, or just being together. Samuel and LaTanya are prepared for the future as they have been for the past hand-in-hand legacy of their relationship. Samuel and LaTanya's love story is one of the most romantic stories in the history of the cinema. The two have been together in a world that has been associated with short-term relationships, so they have written a history not only for themselves but for the couple who stood in the victory and in the failure. Without a doubt, their relationship influences their lives and their work as both lovers and business partners, which is not very common in show business. Through their love story, so many people have been educated that love can indeed work even under the worst circumstances, but as they move further in their career, the relationship will stay with them in the minds of the people who like to see them together. As Samuel L. Jackson faces this difficult time, our thoughts are with him and his family. If you found this update insightful, don't forget to click on the video popping up on your screen and subscribe for more updates.